All right, let's get right into it. We're all looking for more energy, for better health, right? Well, what if I told you that one of the biggest keys to unlocking all that isn't really about what's on your plate, but what's on your clock? Today, we're going to dig into how the simple act of eating dinner a little earlier could completely change the game for your body. So, does this sound familiar to you? You get what feels like a solid night's sleep, maybe 7, 8 hours, but you still wake up feeling heavy, kind of groggy, just not quite right. You find yourself dragging through the morning, maybe reaching for that second or third cup of coffee just to feel human. It's an incredibly common feeling, and the answer might not be in your coffee mug, but hiding in your daily schedule. For years, we've been obsessed with what we eat. We talk about macros, we talk about superfoods, organic this, gluten-free that. But what if we'd been missing like half of the entire picture? It turns out a ton of new science is showing that when you eat can be just as important, if not more so, than what you're actually eating. Okay, so to really get why this timing thing is so important, we first need to understand the two core processes that are basically running the show inside your body. I like to think of them as your body's twin engines, and they're supposed to work together to keep everything running nice and smooth. Now, we hear these two words all the time, metabolism and digestion, and we kind of use them to mean the same thing, but they're actually two totally different players with very distinct jobs. Think about it this way. Your metabolism is like the main power plant for a city, generating all the energy. And digestion? That's the fleet of delivery trucks that bring the fuel to that power plant. Let's break that down. So first up, you've got metabolism. This is the big one. This is the incredible process that happens in your cells that turns the food you ate into actual energy. Energy for your heart to beat, for you to think, and for your muscles to repair themselves overnight. It's the engine room, and it's running 24/7. And then there's digestion. Digestion is that crucial first step. It's the fuel delivery system. It's the whole process of breaking down that meal you ate into tiny, usable nutrients that your blood can absorb and carry around. See, without a good delivery system, that powerful metabolic engine just can't get the fuel it needs to do its job. So here's the bottom line. When these two engines, digestion and metabolism, are working in sync, everything is better. We're talking sustained energy all day long. Our hormones are in balance, our immune system is strong, and managing our weight becomes so much easier. But when they're out of sync, well, that's when the whole system can start to sputter. And this is where the central conflict of our modern lives comes into play. Our schedules, our habits, they often force these two engines to work against each other. And that creates a massive problem for our health. See, your body runs on this amazing internal 24-hour clock. It's called your circadian rhythm. During the day, your metabolism is fired up, it's in active mode, ready to take in food and turn it into energy. But as evening hits, it naturally starts to wind down to get ready for the really important night shift, rest and repair. When you eat a late meal, you throw a giant wrench in that system. You're forcing your body back into active digestion mode right when it's supposed to be focusing on fixing cells and burning fat. This quote just nails it perfectly. Eating late is basically asking your digestive system to go run a marathon at the exact same time your metabolic system is trying to clock out and go to sleep for the night. It's this internal tug of war that your body has to deal with night after night. And just look at the difference this makes. It's pretty stark. On one hand, you have the early eater. Their body is at rest, blood sugar is stable, fat burning is switched on, sleep is deep and restorative. But then you have the late eater. Their body is stuck digesting, this causes blood sugar to spike, fat burning gets shut down, and sleep quality just plummets. And the result? Waking up feeling sluggish and groggy. Sound familiar? But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. There is a simple, incredibly powerful hero in this story that can fix this nightly battle and get your body's engines running in perfect harmony again. And that hero is the early dinner. The magic number to remember here is 2 to 3. That's it. The goal is to finish your last meal of the day at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. This one little shift gives your body the time it needs to work with its natural rhythm instead of constantly fighting against it. So how exactly does this help? Well, for starters, it massively boosts your digestion. Just by being upright for a couple of hours after you eat, gravity becomes your best friend, helping food move down where it's supposed to go. Your digestive enzymes also just work better when you're up and about. This helps you avoid all that uncomfortable stuff like bloating, acid reflux, or heartburn that so many of us get when we lie down with a full stomach. And the benefits for your metabolism? Oh, they're even bigger. Eating early lines up perfectly with your body's clock, which helps increase your blood sugar control. It also opens up this amazing overnight window where your body can actually burn fat for fuel. See, when your body isn't wrestling with a big meal, it can finally focus on repair and tapping into your fat stores. This all leads to deeper sleep, which then resets your metabolism for the next day and finally breaks that awful, vicious cycle of being tired and sluggish. And this isn't just about waking up with a bit more pep. This single change can create this incredible ripple effect of positive outcomes that can truly unlock your total body health. What's so amazing is how all these benefits work together. They're not just separate little wins, they build on each other. So, better sleep improves your metabolism. That leads to more stable energy and balanced hormones. Better digestion helps lower inflammation throughout your body. And when you put it all together, it lowers your long-term disease risk and leads to what we all want, right? Just genuine overall vitality. And look, the long-term science on this is pretty clear. Study after study shows that people who consistently eat late at night have a much higher risk for chronic issues like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even fatty liver disease. The data really shows that just shifting your dinner time earlier is one of the most powerful preventative health tools you have at your disposal. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but the question is, how do we actually put it into practice in our busy lives? So let's lay out a simple, totally doable blueprint that you can start using, tonight. First things first, it's really important to remember that while meal timing is an absolute powerhouse, it's not a magic bullet. It becomes truly life-changing when you combine it with other healthy choices that also support your body's natural rhythms. So here's a quick checklist of these habits that work so well with an early dinner. Things like staying hydrated all day, actually eating mindfully and chewing your food, getting plenty of fiber, moving your body regularly, and this is a huge one, prioritizing a consistent sleep schedule. All of these things create the perfect environment for your body to just thrive. So let's bring this all home with a final thought. Information is great, but it's the action that really counts. So looking at everything we've talked about, what's just one small change you can make tonight? It doesn't have to be perfect. Maybe it's just finishing dinner 20 minutes earlier than usual. Maybe it's going for a short walk after you eat. Whatever it is, that one small step is how you start to get your energy back and finally start working with your body instead of against it.